our studios on the Isle of Wight. Free Jingle Friday.
Stand by for Music Radio Creative streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Free Jingle Friday is made possible by our sponsor, Restream, the easy way to stream to multiple social platforms at the same time. Restream Studio makes it simple to go live directly from your browser. Get started now at mrc.fm/Restream. And now, here is Mike and Isabella.
The craziest audio show on the planet has arrived. We're here and live.
Yay! With the craziest people on the planet, surely, if it's the craziest show on the planet, right?
Absolutely bananas. Crazier than Marmite cashew nuts. That's what we are.
Yeah, well, talking about Marmite, we need to discuss this on the show today.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to Marmite. My mate Marmite. And hello to you watching Down Under, Vegemite lovers. Welcome to the show. We are going to make jingles, aren't we, Isabella?
Yep, we're here to make jingles, and we're making them for free, guys. So
No
head
way.
on over to mrc.fm/script. Script submissions are open now.
Absolutely. And Dan has already spotted my new accessory this week, the Shure AX, whatever it is, A26X. It's basically a pole that's really cool. A tube for a microphone. Welcome to the show. We're here live from the Isle of Wight from our studios, and we're ready to entertain you. Okay, Isabella, welcome back. So we got back from our camping adventure last week, which was really fun. We enjoyed it. And one of our friends, we were camping with a lot of friends, and one of our friends said to us, you got to try Marmite. But before we get on to Marmite, some people watching are saying, what on earth is Marmite?
Yeah,
if you're outside the UK.
right.
But how was the camping? Did you survive?
It was great. I actually liked it more than I thought I would. I slept quite well on the second night. The first night was a little bit iffy on that front, but it was comfortable. I think it was just the fact of not
Just
being in
hot.
your own bed. It was quite hot,
Yeah.
although it wasn't too bad. I wasn't too bad. I prefer probably hotter environments than you do, Mike.
Absolutely.
But Mike, you have not slept at all on the first night.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
3 hours. But the next night I slept like a log, so, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nice comments coming in, by the way. We do say a big hello to you if you're watching now live, especially if you're new. Just type new in caps in the chat, and also put where you're watching from. And if you're old, just type old or veteran or whatever. We got Air Audio Advertisement, DJ, Gavacorp, Dan Morgan, not such a fan of Marmite there.
No, you
Alessandro on
didn't love it, you
Facebook,
hated.
Bjorn's there on Facebook, The Night's Arms, James JP Pierce says nice to put faces to the names and voices, and Louis Riviera loves my new haircut.
Yeah, it looks
Thanks.
really neat. This time around, it looks really, really neat. I like it. Sometimes
What do you mean, this time round?
Well, because sometimes you get a haircut and you have this like massive bit poking out here, and it just looks really, really strange when you wear headphones.
Okay, The Night's Arms is his first live show, or her, I don't know, I can't tell from your avatar. Zexty is in from the UK, and new. Abel is a veteran from Chicago. Hello to you, Abel. We've got new from Connecticut in the US. We've got East Lancs Radio in, John B, who forgets Marmite but loves Vegemite. I thought it was just the same thing, just branded for Australia.
Maybe you can send some over to us if you're watching us from Australia, and you can send some Vegemite. We've got to do a proper comparison test here. But I wanted to say a little bit more about this because it's kind of a big thing here in the UK, I guess. And some people either love it or hate it entirely. And probably, as you say, if you're watching in the US or anywhere else in the world, you're like, what on earth is it? But essentially, it's this veg extract that looks like oil glued
Actually,
together.
I'll give you the history. It was a German scientist living and working in the UK, sometime around the war or just before or after the war, discovered that you could bottle like vitamin extract or yeast extract and make it all kind of mushy. It's kind of like scooping tar from a road and spreading it on your toast.
That's a very
and then
very good
eating it.
description.
And the taste is very salty, very almost vinegar in taste.
No, do you know, it tastes a little bit. If you were to eat like a raw veg stock cube, that's how Marmite tastes. That's essentially
right.
That's essentially what
And
it's
it's got it's got vitamins B, it's got B6, B12, it's got B3, I think, and it's kind of like eating a vitamin pill on toast that you scraped from a hot tarmac road and sloshed on. Kind of.
There are some Marmite lovers in the house. There is Marty saying, love Marmite. There is also Renegade Maxter who's loving Marmite too. So there you go. You see, you either love it or you hate it.
Is it like this show? It's like this show, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. And if you love it, you're here. You're one of our many viewers, like, for instance, our 82 viewers on YouTube right now. And if you hate it, you're probably watching on Twitch or LinkedIn Live. Somewhere else, right? Yeah. Come on over and watch us on. Well, we're everywhere really, but we stream thanks to Restream. You might have seen they're our sponsor at the start and end of the show. Really, really awesome service. We use them all the time, always adding new features, ability to record and stream from your studio. But we primarily go out on YouTube, but we can see your comments wherever you are. We
can indeed. So, just so before we go any further into our Marmite conversation, you probably would like to know how to get free jingles. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. This is how you can submit your script today. Now, we record all of those script submissions after the show simply because on average we get nearly 200 every week, so it's a lot to read through, so we don't do this live on the show. But if you would like to have your script recorded and produced right now, then either super chat, yellow or above, or the script upgrade is the way. So there are two ways to do it. If you're okay to wait, then obviously after the show they get recorded, or if you want it now and you want to see how we produce stuff, then super chat or script upgrade is the way.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, do get involved, especially if you're new and you're wondering what this is all about. Head on over mrc.fm/script. As you might see, Doug's just posted in YouTube. Go over there, get involved, and we would love to have you involved. What's been happening at the MRC studios over the last week? It's been a pretty busy week, hasn't it, Isabella? Wouldn't you say?
It has been a busy week, but hang on. Before we go any further there, so camping in general, Mike, yay or nay? Like after the weekend, is it yay or nay?
Definitely do it again. I really enjoyed it. What I really liked about the camping is the kind of bonding, the communal kind of, we're all in this together, using the same eco-loo together, that kind of thing. There's something quite cool about that. I like, kind of roasting things around a campfire and things like that. I like the fact that, generally it's people who just love nature and being in nature that go camping. So we're very like that, aren't we? We kind of love nature.
We love nature, yes. And, we very much love nature. And kids loved it. Kids loved it. And I think it really, really helped that we were in a nice sort of group of friends, and the kids had their friends from school. So it just was really lovely because we could just relax. It was a very nice environment where kids just could run around and we could just sit back and just have nice grown-up chats, with a nice socially distant table, let's just say. Yes, of course.
So, paying attention to all the current guidelines. It was nice, actually. I did enjoy having a cup of tea. You picked up a very nice retro kettle from one of your markets ages back, so we got the chance to use that on our camping gas stove.
Like a proper copper kettle, it's like nice. One of those old-style 60s, copper kettle that you can just pop on the thing. It was brilliant.
DJ Woody says it's not allowed for us to camp. I don't know where you are, DJ Woody, but that sounds absolutely insane. Obviously, we had to stay at a normal campsite. I understand in Scotland, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone's watching in Scotland, under the right to roam, you can camp anywhere as long as it's not someone else's back garden, which is pretty cool.
That is quite cool, right? But anyway, moving on to the MRC world, as you said, very, very, very busy time for us. Lots happening. We've been super busy with the production side of things. So as you may know or may not know, as Music Radio Creative, we make jingles for people, we make audio, we work with podcasters, radio stations, DJs, people who own businesses, and everyone and anything in between. So it's been an insanely busy week for us. We've just taken another producer, so like an imaging producer on board, which I'm really, really glad about. And we probably will add yet another one to fill in.
More production. Awesome. We love audio. By the way, I want to do more shouts. Bruce Cameron's watching in Scotland, and he can confirm that, yes, there is the right to roam. It's actually known as wild camping. I didn't know that. So thank you, Bruce,
cool.
In Scotland. And also David's watching on LinkedIn. Great to see both of you. Amazing quality stream. Love the multi-camera view like that. I hope the Isle of Wight is rocking for you. It is. It's been really hot this week, apart from today, where we're experiencing rain.
Glad. I'm actually really glad because, last week we were in the studio and it was just so insanely hot. It's really, really difficult to, we haven't got air conditioning. I mean, in normal circumstances in the UK, you really don't need air conditioning. There are maybe 2 days in the year where you do, and that's about that. But I have a feeling that with the global warming, it's something that we may need to rethink. I
think you'll be surprised, as I think air conditioning is going to take off, so to speak, in the United Kingdom, where we're based, over the next few years. People are already onto this. For instance, you wouldn't think that people would install air conditioning units in Canada, would you, Isabella? You wouldn't think that, right?
Well,
it's
depends where in
Canada.
Canada. No,
Oh, okay,
hang
all right.
on,
You're
hang
smarter
on,
than that. Hang on, let me finish.
Oh, yeah.
You're smarter than that. Yes, you're smarter than that. You're not just going to say outright, no. Because I was watching the channel of one of my favorite YouTube channels, among many others, Linus Tech Tips. Everyone knows Linus if you are into tech and things like that. And just recently, obviously, Linus has been recording a lot of his videos at home. He covers all kinds of things from networking to PC builds to the stuff that he's putting around his home. Like he talked about some Ubiquity cameras he's put up recently. And he's just recently put something out on his channel where he's been installing air conditioning around his home. I believe he's based somewhere in Vancouver in Canada, which I guess is the hottest place in Canada. But I still wouldn't think you need air conditioning in Canada, but clearly you do. And I think we're going to need it here soon too. What say you watching the stream? If you're based in the UK or if you're in Canada or somewhere that's generally cold, is it a good thing to have aircon or not?
Well, do you know the Knights Arms actually has a very valid point. He says, isn't AC bad for the environment? And actually, it probably really is. But I am hopeful that there are now solutions that are very eco-friendly that you can install and not harm environment in the process. And I think that is actually really important consideration. Whatever you install nowadays in the house, like, is it eco-friendly to do? Moving on from that, Will is asking, what's the mic the nice lady is using? Thank you.
Oh, that is a nice lady and a nice mic. It's a Neumann TLM 103 voice over microphone.
It is.
Marty, by the way, has said Canadian summers get really hot just like the States. That's interesting. Dodgy photo of Mike on Twitter for the super chatters. What's that? Oh, okay. I think that's like a dare or something. Aircon is essential. All these comments are going fast in Queensland in Australia. I know that, John. I've been.
Queensland.
I know.
I would not be able to function there. I mean, in all honesty, we went to Queensland.
Brisbane.
It's like we went to Brisbane, but it's just not like I just could not function. I could not function in humidity like this. I don't know how you do this.
Absolutely.
Hat off to you. So.
A lot of people are saying in the chat, by the way, only just discovered or subscribed to Linus Tech Tips. Yeah, it's an excellent channel, very popular channel if you're into tech. So go check that out. Talking about YouTubers, I really like. Just having this conversation this weekend at the camping about the new generation, not only of audio creators, but just the new generation, our kids, maybe your kids watching as well, are finding their own celebrities and heroes through primarily YouTube first. I find this absolutely insane to think about.
I know, right?
YouTube is the new
no,
media.
Actually, not even YouTube. So our kids are huge fans of Zebra Gamer. And how did they discover
Big shout
him?
to Zebra Gamer!
Yay! Thank you for the hours of kids watching.
Babysitting, essentially. Yes. Playing Zelda or Super Mario Odyssey.
No, but like in all seriousness, the kids have not even discovered him through YouTube. They've discovered him through Amazon Prime videos because his YouTube videos have been converted to go to Amazon Prime. And it's like they are just totally hooked, like 100% hooked into the whole stuff he does. So it's like,
absolutely.
And they're like, can we meet him? Could we want to see it? Is he a real person? Does he actually, it's like all those questions a 5-year-old could ask you,
Yeah.
Is he a cartoon or maybe he's real,
So we're working on that. Maybe at a new episode of the VidCon conference when it's allowed to come back in person, maybe Zebra Gamer will be there. Another YouTuber I'm really digging at the moment, by the way, who I think as a family we've all been digging. It's great if you've got kids and you don't want them to sit there watching someone playing games, which, well, that's fine. It's not the healthiest activity you could be encouraging your kids to do, right?
There are much worse activities you can encourage
of course,
kids to.
yes.
Can argue
So
that.
another one we really like for our kids, and also personally myself actually really like it, is Brave Wilderness, the Brave Wilderness channel. The main host behind that channel is a chap called Coyote Peterson. He does some insane stuff. We discovered that channel because one of our kids asked, I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, Mummy, Daddy, what does a wasp sting feel like? We're like, ooh, I don't know, but it really hurts. Hang on, let me go to where everyone else goes to find the answer, YouTube. So we're like, wasp sting, what get stung by wasp, what's wasp sting? And the first result was this Brave Wilderness. And we just went down this rabbit hole with his channel, and he basically goes out to all these different parts of the world, gets like the Japanese hornet, or the warrior wasp, these like really crazy, insane creatures, the velvet ant, the bullet ant, and he puts them on his arm and goes, ah! And it's a brilliant channel. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Let me know if you have in the chat. Yeah. It's an insane channel, Isabella. What's your opinion on Brave Wilderness?
Before I go there, I would like to put a reminder, because I can see the comments coming in, and I can see that we have quite a few new people tuning in, and they want to know, how do I get a free jingle? Because this is what we are here for. And, if you've been listening for the last 2 minutes, we've been going on about YouTube. But head on over to mrc.fm/script. This is where you can make your script submission for today. Now, all the scripts are recorded right after the show, uploaded uploaded by Monday, the very latest. We usually get around 200 submissions per week. So it's a lot to record live on the show. But if you would like to have your script recorded and produced live on the show, then either Super Chat or script upgrade within the form is the way. So Super Chat is yellow or above, or there is a script form upgrade there. mrc.fm/script is the way. You can submit one submission of free script per person, please. We do delete duplicates, so please don't post more than one per person. And that's as simple as that, really. mrc.fm/script. You have another 15 minutes to make your submission, so make sure the script is well written, put all the punctuation points in, just make it easy for us to read it for you and do it well. That's all I say. So.
And then we'll do our best. And obviously, this is a show where we move fast and furious. So I try to produce and voice as many scripts as possible. So it's not a true representation of the kind of quality and time you get put into a jingle if you were to order from our website. But we do our best to make as many for you as possible during this show. And also, hopefully, for you at a cut down price by using either Super Chat or the form, the online form, as opposed to going through the website. So it's more a case of getting your jingle fast and quick rather than asking for a super cool, complex, crazy piece of production, right, Isabella?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, essentially you've just said it all. So, so that's cool. So,
Rob Green says, my Windows update is currently at 0% on my audio production computer. Will it be done before Mike and Isabella are done? I know, Windows updates take an insanely long amount of time, but I love doing them. And personally, I am using all Windows here now, all PC. I used to be all Mac. And tell you, I'm loving the transition. It's fantastic. I've not had a single regret since I made the switch. I know that's a different topic, but really, these Windows PCs are serving me so well.
Nice. I can see there is a question coming in about our production library volume 12, and we are asked whether it's possible to do a little showcase of that library on the show today. Is that something you could do, Mike? What do you think? Is that something we could do? Could we produce a little bit with that package? I know we've kind of decided on a different one earlier today, but could we just do a little switch?
I'll have a search through here, find production library volume 12.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in the shared producers folder. That's the only thing.
It would be, Mike, yes.
It's a new one. Is it Urban Vibes? No, that's volume 10.
No, and for some reason there is no demo on the website, which I will investigate, by the way, because
production library 12.
You've got it. Yeah, I'll make sure to add the demo, because I'm quite sure for whatever reason, I don't know why it's not showing. But anyway, I will investigate. Thank you for pointing that out. That's definitely something we can fix very, very easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have not got long left now until we actually get into the production. It happens in around about 12 and a half minutes. So you've got 12 and a half minutes to get your script submissions in. Really looking forward to, at hour, playing another Licked track of the week. Just to give you a heads up on what Licked do, they allow creators to use commercial music on their YouTube videos, Facebook, Instagram stories, things like that, without the fear of getting a copyright claim. That's why in about just over 10 minutes, I'm going to play a really well-known pop song, and we're not going to get a copyright strike on this channel. We'll be able to monetize this video, and that's all thanks to Licked. And we'll give you the URL to go to at hour.
Yeah, and shout out to Carlos, who has posted, maybe I won't win a free jingle. By the way, Carlos, you don't have to win a free jingle. Simply head on over to mrc.fm/script, and you can make your script submission there. We record every single jingle that you request, unless you provide multiple scripts, in which case we will not record them. So just one script per person, please. But he says, I'm a huge fan of Mike and Isabella. Could I win 2 virtual hugs? My best wishes for you too. I'm from Brazil.
Yeah, come in. There you go. I wanted to take you into Audition quickly, and because I've got a question here from Marco. Is it possible to make better audio with Audition during lives? And if I start up, let's just do a non-templated Audition session here and show you. So what you can do is you can select your mic. So I'll just quickly show you my mic here. It's analog 3. If I hit record, you'll see the levels coming in. And then if I hit input monitor and fade up my Audition output on my desk, my mixer here, you'll hear that, hopefully, it gives a little bit of echo. Can you hear that?
I can hear it,
There's ever such a slight slapback echo. So that is the latency that's happening, and you can probably hear that. The latency that's happening as I'm playing that back. What I can actually do now, because this is a pre-fader that is going into Audition, I can actually fade down my mic, and now I'm talking only through Audition. I'm a bit quieter.
Yeah,
I can turn that up, though. Hang on. I will turn it up. Right, okay, just make this a bit louder. Is that louder or not?
No, not really.
hang on. So this is the first issue. Let's turn the track up instead. So I'm just going to zoom
But
in
you
on
can
that
hear the
track.
latency there for sure, and you can see the latency as well.
Between
Yeah.
my mouth and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here to this track, turn up the audio volume. There you go.
yeah.
So that's much louder, but you can still see my mouth is slightly behind. And you could do something like this with OBS. You can delay the audio. So if you're using OBS to stream like I am, you can set an audio delay and get it to sync up. The only issue, Marco, you're going to have, and let me show you this, is the more effects you put on a channel. So I'm currently using Audition. I'm running my voice through with no effects. The more effects you do, the more latency you get. So let's put on something like a nice compressor and see what that does. Oh my goodness, that's loud. But now you can see... Oh, and that's way loud. Let's turn that down. The difference. See the latency there?
Oh, yeah.
Input and output. And then if I go and add something else, this is hard to talk with headphones on because the delay is distracting me now.
Yeah.
If I go into time and pitch and do pitch shifter, it'll delay me even more. Whoa. That's a big delay.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Look. Clap. See? And then turn this down.
Like this. The Dark Lord. So you can do this, but it's weird. And if you put a CPU intensive effect, it really slows down. So if I go into reverb, and we'll go for reverb.
Hilarious.
Look, CPU intensive effect, high latency, and no, Audition's...
Look, CPU intensive effect, high latency, and no, Audition's not having that.
And now we're back to me speaking normally because that was like about a 3-second delay. So Marco, while technically it's possible,
But not
you wouldn't
practical.
really want to do it. There's too much latency. The only way I've managed to be able to put on effects to a voice in virtual real time has not been on a PC, actually. It's been on my old Apple when I was using Logic. It might be something to do with the way audio works inside an Apple. Yes, there is some things about Apples and iMacs that are better than PC, of course. I'm open to that. And one thing is, Logic. If you go to Logic and put real-time effects on a voice, there's virtually no latency whatsoever. So you could do it with a piece of software called Logic. That might help you out. Audition, unfortunately, the more and more stuff you put on, the more and more latency you get. There's a
like
real-life
the Dark
example.
Lord, but
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
The Dark Lord.
Vince
The
says,
Dark Lord.
I sense the dark side is in you, Mike.
There you go. Oh, by the way, I was going to say, actually, this is a great moment to actually say, I'll put my headphones back on now because the latency was distracting me. If you want to do real-time effects, like I am a big proponent of doing it through hardware, like audio hardware, like DBXs. I have DBXs. Come on, DBX, and sponsor this live stream. Why don't you? What are you doing? So DBX.
Everybody, do you know everybody needs to go onto Twitter and just tweet?
Just tweet at DBX
DBX
Pro and say, come on, you need to
you
get
just
on and
sponsor
sponsor
this
this
show?
stream. This guy
You're gonna
mentions
do
you
this.
every episode for free at the moment. So DBXs are awesome. They do all the processing in real time. Doesn't require a CPU. No latency whatsoever. Really, really cool stuff. Funnily enough, also on my Soundcraft desk down here, I've got a little fader called FX Return, and it's got Lexicon effects. And if you didn't know, Lexicon is a Grammy Award-winning effect used on many of the pop tracks of the modern age. It won a Grammy, for goodness sake. And it's brilliant because it's built into the desk, and again, it's real time. So if I want reverb without using a CPU-intensive effect inside Audition, I just fade up like that and say, well, it shouldn't be allowed. I've been under my rock for a while, quarantining. I didn't know it was time to come out of my rock.
Nice. There you go.
you go.
Can you do the Dark Lord through it? Sorry, can we have a Dark Lord?
Hashtag Mr. Clive. Can you do the Dark Lord? No, you can't. With the Lexicon
come
on my desk,
on.
you can't do pitch shifting, unfortunately. Although I'm sure, like, back in radio, back in the
How would you do that
olden
then?
days, back in the 20 years ago, we're talking, maybe over 20 years ago, when I worked in one of my radio stations, they had a little Behringer unit there with multi-voice effects. Can't remember the model or the name. It probably isn't even in production anymore. But you could do pitch shifting, you could do reverb, you could do flanger, you could do chorus, you could do everything. And I've yet to find a model like that, because if there was a model like that around today, I don't know if Behringer make it or Tascam or someone else, I would buy it, but I haven't seen an equivalent of that kind of thing. It basically had everything. You twiddle this dial, set up some settings. It was, again, hardware, not software. And you could say, I want reverb, I want flanger, I want chorus, I want pitch.
Nice.
It did everything inside the box. It was awesome.
That is quite cool, you see. Yeah, and it goes back to the conversation we had last year that, in some way, fortunately, but in other ways, unfortunately, a lot of the technicalities like this kind of slowly fade away because people do turn into the computer processes rather than the hardware processes that have done it in the past very, very well because simply of the cost and practicality of using it, right?
I still recommend you use this kind of hardware setup, the DBXs and the Soundcrafts. I mean, unless you are one podcaster in a room recording into a mic, then there's really no point. You can just record it into Audition, post-process it. It's probably the fastest, most efficient and economical way for you. But if you're getting serious about audio and you want to do crazy stuff, then you want to go this way. And there's levels of craziness. There's like, I'm a single podcaster, but now I'm bored of doing the post-production and Audition. I just want it to sound good before when I hit stop. Then you want to get a DBX in your chain. And then you're like, well, now I want to bring in multiple guests and I want to EQ them all separately and do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, then you want to get a mixer into your chain. So there's levels of how you can progress.
See, our audience really knows you well, Mike. You know, that Vince and Mr. Raslo, they're both like, yeah, coming up next, Mike's new toy. Is that how you are getting yourself in? Like, you know, Isabella, we spoke about this on the last show and I've just found their thing. Right? Is that what I'm going to get next?
It's like, I kind of like really teeing this one up, aren't I? But actually there are no rack spaces left in my current desk, so we'd need to get a new desk or a new rack addition for more 19-inch units.
That's probably not going to happen.
Not going to happen in this iteration of the studio. Wait for MRC V, what is it, 4.0?
Would it be 4.0?
Oh, no, it'll be 5. Version 5.
No, it will be 4.
Version 4.
5.
No, this is version 4. We're in MRC version 4.
Yeah.
MRC version 1 was like an HTML website in 2004, 2005, and a bedroom. Version 2 was a little more professional. Version 3, you got involved and everything got amazing. And version 4 is right here, right now, in this studio.
Yeah. No,
you're kind of like, if you've been with us a while, or if you're just joining now, you are literally on this journey with us. And we really look forward, because we've no idea what version 5 will look like, but we know it's out there waiting for us.
We certainly do. It's, that's part of, that's a fun thing in life. It's always striving to something different, always looking
It's about the journey.
It is about the journey, and that's the fun part, really. It's not about what you end up with at the end. It's about how you get there. That's really, really what counts.
I don't want to sit in this studio and say, do you know what, this is it. I got my funky YouTube background, I got my OBS, I got my 19-inch rack desk. No, I want the next thing, the next journey, the next experience. And I've found, actually, I don't know about you, but I mood journal every day. I always peak up in my mood when I'm working on a project. When I'm sitting there with nothing to do, or everything static, or just checking social media every day, I am absolutely down there. It's like there's nothing worse for me than like Groundhog Day. Let's wake up. Let's make a cup of tea. Let's check the emails. Let's reply to the tweets.
I know. Yeah.
Let's have a meeting about something. And no.
Rob is asking exactly just what room in your house is your studio. It's actually a separate building. It's not in our house.
It's completely separate. We like to separate business and pleasure.
Yes, it needs to be at least 3-second commute.
Absolutely, at least that. Now, Marco has asked another great question, and I'm trying to find the answer because I have got the answer for you, Marco. What camera are you using? And in fact, I can be really efficient and say my camera setup, just putting this into the multiple chats there. There is actually an YouTube video that you can go and watch either now or after the show, and that will show you exactly the cameras we're using to live stream because, as you may have noticed, they are rather good. And also, if you do go to the YouTube channel, do subscribe because we see many people go and watch a video but don't subscribe. So first of all, you're watching this live stream and you're not already subscribed, please hit subscribe. We do videos weekly. And recently I've done a nice series on live streaming. It's just more and more people have been asking me about live streaming. And I'm not trying to take Epos Vox's crown. He's fantastic for live streaming. But a lot of people are just interested in exactly what gear we've got in here. So I'm putting out a few videos on that kind of stuff. So how to monitor a live stream. You might have seen we got these Blackmagic monitors there. Best 4K multi-capture card, which is it's an insane piece of gear, again, from Blackmagic. The cameras that I'm using, what else have I done recently? Just flicking through some of the stuff I put out. Obviously the PC build, which is integral. Bit of kit from Tascam you can use for live streaming, pretty cool. Anything else that I've done recently on live streaming? Oh yes, and how we use Restream to live stream everywhere. And they're pretty cool, actually. I'll put a link to Restream in the chat now.
And just a quick reminder, 1 minute left. Head on over to mrc.fm/script if you have not done so already. And if you would like to have your script not just recorded but also produced live on the show today, then Super Chat is yellow or above, please. So once in a minute we will play a song through Licked, which is kind of a what is it called? The like segment to essentially finish
Interlude.
one part of the show. Interlude. Thank you. Hang on. No, hang on.
Yeah?
I have to. There is a really important question you need to answer first. So Will has asked, Mike, is it too much to process voice settings on the Rode Pro Podcaster and then process it again in Audacity or I guess Audition or whatever else you are using? That's a really good question, and I thought actually really deserves a reply.
It really depends. I mean, really, with Rode, you want to get your settings tweaked in and dialed in there and do as little as you can once you get into your DAW. Your audio editor.
So effectively you want to make sure that all the settings there are as close to perfect as possible.
You want them as clean as possible.
Because then why should you add anything else after? So it's only if your audio wasn't good to start with, you would really need to do that, surely, right?
Yeah, but always get your audio as good as you can at source. That's my recommendation.
Nice. I like that.
All right, we're going to quickly play this tune and then I'll tell you how we were able to play a piece of pop music. Oh, it's not that jingle, it's that jingle. No, actually, let's not even play that jingle.
Jingles
Let's play
galore.
another jingle. Let's play this one. All right, we've got Mabel coming up.
Free Jingle Friday, don't miss it.
Nice.
This is Bad Love. Enjoy. It's a pretty funky tune.
Are we going to dance?
Yes.
Boy, you're looking like my type, but tell me, can you hit it right? Cause if I let you in tonight, you better put it down. Now we do it all the talk, I ain't playing anymore. You heard me when I said before, you better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. You come over, we could chill. Tell each other how we feel. But baby, know I love the thrill. When you put it down. I'm alright on my own, but with you I'm in the zone. One shot, don't let it go. You better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. If I back up, can you handle? Get it all night, give me mad love. Don't be too nice, let the man up. Now don't let me down. If I back up, can you handle? Get it all night, give me mad love. Don't be too nice, let the man up. Now don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. Let me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. If I back up, what in the hand up? Let it all night. Body on mad love, might. Don't be too nice up in the man up. Yeah, don't let me down.
That's it.
That's it. You know, I was literally just laughing at your miming to the song. I was just like,
Miming
it's
to
just
Mabel.
so good, but it just sounds so strange because you're a man and she's a woman, and you are just doing this, like, you know.
Yeah, actually,
You know,
it's amazing. Like, thank you so much for the kind comments there. Bjorn, thanks. John, good work, guys. Nice moves. Great show, says San Francisco Discovery. Nice smash by Mabel, Nena Cherry's daughter. I didn't know that, Alexander. Thank you for filling us in on that. That's interesting. She's very talented. Getting the groove on, John B, Bonnie Souza. Also, Mr. P, how do you get a jingle created? What settings would you recommend for the Rodecaster Pro for radio and podcasting? Oh, Simon, that's a longer video. And Exbit DJ, loving your dance moves, guys.
Ooh, that's really cool. I can see there is also another question from Tate asking about the settings for DBX. And actually, I would say for both of those questions, it really, really depends on your setup and the microphone. And it's just such a personal thing, isn't it? So
it certainly is. So it's something I often advise people on. We do like one-on-ones together. I do a few of those. I don't widely advertise it, but if that's something you're interested in, definitely up for helping you out 100%, with that.
100%, yeah.
It's really cool. So that was Mabel and Mad Love that we just played. And we were able to play a commercial piece of pop music on this show without getting a copyright strike from YouTube or any of the other streamers we use because of a great service called Licked. And if you haven't checked them out already, you can go to their website. And if you use our referral link, you will be able to download your first song for free and use it on your YouTube video, your Facebook story or Instagram story for absolutely free. So it's worth checking out. Bjorn has posted the link in YouTube, mrc.fm/licked. That's LICKD. Go support them because they're supporting creators.
And you get your first song for free. So, with that link, mrc.fm/licked, you can license the first song for your YouTube channel absolutely on us. So, go ahead and do it. It's
cool.
fab.
I was going to say, talking about like Nena Cherry and stuff like that. Weren't you introducing one of our kids to Janet Jackson?
Oh, man, we had a total blast from the past. I was like, well, I don't know. I think we were just playing one of the Spotify playlists and it went to Janet Jackson. And I was like, wow, that just reminds me of grooving in. I loved Janet Jackson, absolutely loved her. And I showed it to our daughter Zara and she was hooked. There's a video where they do like all the cool dancing and she was like straight away into the groove and doing. She's like, yeah, it's really nice.
It's amazing actually how music can trigger off emotions and memories inside you. It really is inside our DNA. I do believe that. And I went through and I found this playlist on Spotify that had a bit of Janet in. And it was like something like if you were born in the 80s playlist or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Showing me age now. And I found this Take That track. This is really hilarious story. Found this Take That track. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Just post in the chat if you do. Everything Changes. So I put on Everything Changes. Everything changes but you. That one. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is cheese on toast and I'm loving it. Just brings me back to a certain time. And I don't know if you remember that. Let me know if you do in the chat. But Isabella was sitting there like with her arms folded, like really not impressed. And I said, you don't remember Take That, Everything Changes? So Isabella, for those of you who don't know, grew up in Poland in Eastern Europe. And she said, while Take That were popular, particularly here in the UK and other places, that song did not make it over the other side of the Iron Curtain. Is that how we describe it?
No. It just did not make it, probably outside of the UK. I was like, seriously, Mike? That's like English.
Mackie Mouse Media remembers Everything Changes But You. And then actually one thing I've been doing, because we like to, at MRC, just before we get into the production bit, I know that's coming up, we like to support our clients and the people we work with. So we work with a lot of community stations, a lot of single presenters and shows, but a lot of online stations. So every so often, like we'll look through a list of the orders that we've been working on, and we'll just go and put on one of the stations on Sonos, around the home when we're at home, and we'll just listen to some of our client stations. Because it gives us a buzz to listen to some of the work go out, but also just see how they're using the production, bit of research as well. So one radio station, actually it's based here on the Isle of Wight, we've done some work for recently, Vectis Radio, great little community station here on the Isle of Wight, really support them. And I put it on this morning. What I like about stations like that is they don't have a very tight playlist of the latest pop music. So they're always putting on these really out there songs from all eras. And this morning on the breakfast show, they played Moose T, Horny. And I was like, oh my goodness me.
That's so
know
funny.
what I mean?
I do, and I love actually supporting, just various different projects. And actually, Vectis Radio, it's a local community radio station here on the Isle of Wight, and we've supported them for quite some time, actually, from day one when they went on FM transmissions.
And not only have we supported them, but they actually support the community. This is kind of going a bit back to my roots, because I got my start in radio and in this world of audio because of some very kind people who helped me get into There weren't even community stations when I was starting. There were things called hospital radio in this country. They were tiny little stations that broadcast to a hospital. But now modern technology, people go for Spotify and other things now. But so I started there, but now we have these community stations. And essentially, if you happen to live on the Isle of Wight, you have a great little station there. I understand they've picked up a few awards for what they're doing. Really is good stuff. And if you want to get into radio in this crazy world of audio and you happen to be watching us and you're based on the Isle of Wight, go talk to the guys at Vectis. Because they're awesome. It's an awesome little radio station. And I know lots of communities have similar stations that are good like this and look after talent and the next generation of creators.
Well, that's how things
really
need to get started.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, that's how things need to get started. And, if you have a passion for radio, for audio, broadcasting, that's just such a good way to get your hand in the right place.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
So to speak.
Yes, so to speak.
That's what she
weird.
said. Anyway, let's get on to the production. What are we going to do? What's the score?
What's the score? Well, we are ready to record our super chat. So
Well, you're ready to record. I'm frantically setting up a multi-track session over there.
Scrambling together. So first of all, we're going to record all the super chats and script upgrades. We do those live on the show. We produce them live on the show. So that's the second part of the show is really the production bit. It's seeing how to make those jingles come to life. And Mike is the audio ninja whiz.
Oh, wow.
And he just does it like whiz, boom, bash, done. It's awesome. And then after the show has finished, we will record everything else that you submitted through the form. So yeah, just that gets uploaded after the show. We upload it by Monday latest. There are some days where we literally have to zoom straight out of the studio after we do the show because we have kids and we need to pick them from school. Obviously now it's summer holiday, so we tend to do it straight away. But yeah, that's as simple as that. And if for whatever reason you've been watching and you've missed out on submitting your script this week, we're back next week. Just make sure to hit subscribe on YouTube if you haven't done so already. And we are back every week. We do this show weekly, so you kind of have a good feel for how things are and what we do.
We most definitely do our best. Okay, without further ado, I think it's time to hop into audition. I have not got the scripts in front of me just yet, but I will do in a moment. They're just there, so don't worry. Just loading them on my screen now. I can see them. Those are the free jingles, and these are the super chats. So we're starting with me, then it's over to you. Okay, yeah, I got this. I got this covered, so I'm going to... oh, no, one last thing. I need to switch mics. This mic goes up. And this mic comes down. This is my voiceover mic.
Oh,
and by the way, thanks to Dan, who recommended picking up the A26X for the Shure. I think it looks better, actually, because now you haven't got the boom arm in the view of the camera so much, so you just got like a nice mic. And it's just a little accessory on the end of my Shure SM7B. Right, Isabella, you ready?
We are ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's hit record. Let's do these super chat jingles and upgraded jingles via the form. And we're starting now. The Scout Show's Meet a Leader.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right after the stream. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live.
Hey, shout out to Nick Nimin! Let's go on to the next one. Listen to your favourite music on your Amazon smart speaker.
Just download and add the Eastlanks radio skill from... Just download and add the Eastlanks radio skill from the Amazon App Store and enjoy the classics 24/7.
Eastlanks Radio.
It's the feel-good sounds of the 80s, 90s and noughties on playdj.tv with DJ Mackie and Sounds FX DJs. It's you. Oh, no, it's me. Sorry. Do you know, it's the color scheme that has totally got me...
Carry on.
got me totally confused. Beaming live into your living room from another living room somewhere in the deepest depths of Scotland. It's the Brula Foo Quiz. Click like and follow and be part of the gang.
Come on, Billy. Didn't you get the memo? Q105 is a commercial-free zone. So out you go with your Kias and your huge advertising budget. Now, back to Tampa Bay's non-stop greatest hits on Q105.
Coming from Play Loud, this week's mix on Clubalicious is DJ Bergwall.
This week's DJ set comes to you from Play Loud with DJ Bergwall.
No, it's Bergwall. as in wall, as in berg,
Okay.
iceberg wall.
This week's DJ set comes to you from Play Loud with DJ Bergwall.
On your smartphone, smart speaker, online, and on TuneIn app. You're listening to Martin Bray on Taka Radio.
Helping you get through this COVID-19 period. Mask up and stay safe, everybody. Jazz Jambalaya. Magical memories from a glorious decade. The Super 70s Show with Marty Strutt.
Z95.1, WLPZ, the Z Channel.
Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious every Friday and Saturday evenings.
CO9, proud sponsors of the Ghostfield United.
No, I'll take this one.
Ghost-
CO9, proud sponsors of the Gosfield United Youth Football Under-18s. They thought it's all over. It only just begun. There we go. Excellent. I think that's it. Hang on, is that one more at the bottom or not?
I'm just leaving. Actually, that's really lovely of you. Thank you so much from Grow
Wow.
Junkie Radio, who sent a super chat saying, still blown away with the jingles you did 3 weeks ago. Everyone compliments how professional it sounds. Also, that the jingle is not boring and monotone like you often hear on the other stations. Perfect teamwork. Good vibes.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
a
That's
lovely,
very nice.
lovely little comment there. So yeah, I'm just saving out the voiceovers we've done, and then I will hop over to the multi-track and show you a little bit of audio production here. In fact, I'll do it now. So we've got all of this, just a few false starts there to take into account, but I'm sure that's nothing that I can't cope with. So let's get started. Where are we over here? We've got this. Let's fade up audition.
Scout shows Meet a Leader.
Okay, so we've got something going on here, and we got something going on there. Let's see what we've got. Let's get started with these three to start with and start doing the production that you came for, really, to watch us create. So let's see.
The Scout shows Meet a Leader.
Okay, so let's bring in some breakers here. And we'll zoom on in around here. So we'll do this around here. Sound like you got something to say.
Yeah, I do. Because you told me something really interesting. Again, I can't remember whether you've mentioned it on last live show. You know, the match loudness feature? That was so really, really cool. Like, such a big difference.
Yes, it's definitely cool when you've got multiple clips, like all at different loudnesses. Here, because I got the setup quite sweet, I don't really need to do that because everything's at the same loudness. You can see it's all compressed. But when you're working with multiple voiceovers and sound effects and you want everything the same level, you just select everything, right click, look for match clip loudness, and -23 should be enough. What it'll do, it'll auto level everything to both the right volume. So you can do that or not, but you find that quite handy, don't you?
I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah, I did quite a lot of production recently, and
It's working for you.
I really liked it. Yeah, and
It's nice.
yeah, it's awesome to have Audio Ninja right next to you when you do audio. Right.
I do my best to help you out.
I'm glad you are not charging me a full fees.
Ooh. Right, let's pop this in here, and we can actually tighten that up a little bit. So we got
The Scout shows Meet a Leader.
not too bad. I always think with that echo track, I need the analog delay off. Let's try it again.
Shows Meet a Leader.
It's quite nice. And then we'll go into this one.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right after the stream. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live.
Shout out to Nick Nimin and the Niminati. Right, let's bring this in over here and this in over here, and we'll just get a few little sound effects. That's nice. Definitely going to pop that in because that's going to work well. And then we'll go over here and grab a drone. I love drones. Let's get this one. Drones of the flying variety, right?
Yep.
There we go.
So is that the volume 12 you were using?
Yep.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right
Oh, hang on, let's move that in later.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right after the stream. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live.
Right, let's see if this has a nice natural ending we can use. Oh my goodness, this drone goes on forever.
On and on and on.
Goes on forever and ever and ever and ever.
Forever and ever.
And ever and ever and ever.
Hey, shout out to Nick Nimin.
Maybe I should tag that on the end.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick Nimin. Right, let's pop that in there. That's right. Let's.
Answer your YouTube questions live.
It's a bit of an abrupt ending, isn't it? Let me just put some false reverb, and that'll tidy that up a bit. So do that and that. Let's try that.
Answer your YouTube questions live.
That's better. You hear the false reverb now. That's how I think that sound effect should end. Also, you're clicking all over the place here.
I know. I was going to say
Nick
you really
will
ought to
answer.
remove
Hang
my
on.
clicks.
Nick will answer. Nick will answer. Nick will answer.
Shh. I need quiet to do that.
Nick will.
Right, first of all, we go to spot healing. If you've not seen this before, it's a great tip. You just use the spot healing brush tool, hold down shift, and paint out the clicks.
Nick will answer your. Nick will answer your. Nick will answer your.
Gosh, you're like
Geez, seriously, sorry.
clicking like anything here. Look at that.
But do you know, I find how you remove the clicks is just absolutely genius.
Thanks. I'm just going to paint them out, basically. It's like so many clicks there, but we'll do our best. Might need to go over them a few times. Actually, I'm going to, like Photoshop, you can just increase the size of the tool. And we can afford to be a little bit skew whiff here because it's going to be all right in the end.
So your.
Still there, up in the highs. High frequency clicks.
So your.
That's much better.
So your.
That's it. Oh, no. It jumped and now I lost my place.
Nick will answer your.
It's not too bad, but it's not perfect, is it?
Nick will answer.
There's
Nick will.
like weird.
Will answer.
Yeah, there's one there. It's all very well you talking, but when I'm trying to do detailed audio work.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Nick will answer. Nick will answer your. Nick will answer your.
Yeah, we got a real problem there. Hang on.
Your.
Let's smash it. Let's see what happens.
Answer you. Answer you. Answer you. Your.
What about there?
Say your. Say you.
Come on.
Say your. Say your. Say your. Say your.
I think that's about as good as we're going to get it.
Say your.
Hang on.
I thought you were going to draw on a heart.
I am. I'm just adding some love. No, actually, it looks like Mickey Mouse, doesn't it? Please, Disney, don't copyright slap me for that audio edit.
Answer your YouTube questions live.
Okay, that's going to be better. Let's see how it sounds with compression.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right after the stream. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live.
Oh, you're still clicking around there. Hang on.
Your YouTube question.
YouTube.
Your YouTube question.
YouTube questions.
YouTube question.
Oh, there. You can clearly see the click right there. Let's get rid of that.
You
Let's
hold shift, by the way, to keep it in line. This is
stay steady.
such
Otherwise, you got wobbly hands. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Right the way down.
YouTube question.
That's better. Otherwise, yeah, I can't draw a straight line. See that? That's not a straight line, is it? Let's undo that. Let's go back in and see if that's any better.
Stay tuned for Nimin Live right after the stream. Nick will answer your YouTube questions live.
Oh, it sounds like you didn't click at all. It's amazing, right?
You know, I don't click. What do you mean? It's
You do.
you put a little heart inside your audio and it's all gone. You add love and it's all gone.
You click almost as bad as a bouncer at the front entrance to a nightclub. My goodness. Counting all the people going in,
Mister, I never click at all. Let's just listen for your clicks now,
Listen
shall
to
we?
your favorite music on your Amazon smart speaker.
Oh, this was a jewel. So let's zoom
yeah, sorry,
out.
I was just totally not saying that it's a dual one.
How do I turn off notifications? I'm getting Slack notifications. I don't know how to do that on a PC.
Oh dear. Well, you go to Slack, and then in the corner there is the thing that says.
Yes.
Switch your status to away or don't disturb, and then you'll be fine.
Or something like that. I just have no idea what to do. Manage notifications on a PC? I just don't know. I've never had to manage that thing before. Now I'm all confused.
Poor PC user, you don't know how
Get
to
notification
do it.
from apps and other senders. I'm going to switch it off. I hate notifications anyway, so I'm just going to completely disable my notifications. I really dislike it when I'm producing, and it might be relevant stuff, but I want to see what I see when I see it, not when the notification comes. If you know what I mean. I'm the same with phones. Hate notifications on phones. Turn them almost all off. Anyway, rant over. Production continues. Let's get this here and this here. But yeah, no. Since I've switched to PC, I remember it's so easy with Mac. You could just say go into Do Not Disturb mode. Or night mode or whatever, but with PC you have to go into the control settings, I think. So let's try this.
Listen to your favorite music on your Amazon smart speaker.
Just download and add the East Lancs radio skill from
What's that?
Go for this take.
Just download and add the East Lancs radio scale from the Amazon App Store and enjoy the classics 24/7. From the
Hang on, I think you said it right the first time.
Add the East Lancs radio scale from.
Oh, can we edit that? It's going to be a bit dodge. Let's see if we can. But we can't have you saying from the Amazon App Store. Let's see if we can make a dodgy edit.
Can I just not re-record?
No, I'd rather try and edit it.
Add the East Lancs.
Otherwise, what's the point of me doing this live stream if people can't watch me edit?
Add the East Lancs. From the.
That's not how you say from, Isabella. From the.
You see, I'm just testing
Okay, right. Let's see if we can bodge this a little bit.
From the Amazon.
That's almost right, isn't it? And let's just zip like that and try slipping that in and see if it works. That's what she said.
From the Amazon.
Oh, nearly worked. Let's zoom in.
It's too tight.
From the Amazon.
Just stop, all right? I'm doing it.
All right.
Stop telling me it's too tight or not good enough. I'm working on it.
Radio scale from the Amazon.
Ah, look at that. Yay! That's a perfect edit. I saved it. I didn't need to bother the voice talent. That is what every good producer should be able to do, right?
Uh-huh.
Even though you literally paused your first take at the word from and then you did a retake. But luckily, I could use the from your original take. So let's just see. Does anyone notice that edit? Let's play it again.
Just download and add the East Lancs radio scale from the Amazon App Store and enjoy the classics 24/7.
Yeah? Are we getting a thumbs up? Are we or not? Be honest. Be honest.
That was good.
Thanks.
Just down.
Okay, now we need to tighten this up. But thankfully, we've done a little bit there.
Just download and add the East Lancs radio scale from the Amazon App Store and enjoy the classics 24. And enjoy.
We're going to do a little cut there, move that up there.
And enjoy the classics
No, not quite
24/7.
there. It's going to go there.
And enjoy the classics 24/7.
And then finally, it'll be me saying East Lancs Radio. A little bit like this. East Lancs Radio. Just like that. So let's bring that in. And the final thing oh, no, it didn't want to do that. Not the whole session, just that little bit. Let's bring that down and zoom that in. Thank you, Vince, 1955, and John B for the OK symbol. Sounds awesome. Thank you, East Lancs Radio. Well, as long as I get your approval, I know I'm on the right track, right?
That's it, yeah.
Right, where are we?
And enjoy.
East Lancs Radio. East Lancs Radio. Should we do a duet like Mike and Virtual Mike? East Lancs Radio. Actually, I would love it to go radio and stretch out at the end. Radio. Radio. It's kind of calling for that. Is it going to sound silly though? Let's try. East Lancs Radio. Is that funny? Is that silly? East Lancs Radio. I quite like that. It sounds electronic.
Cool,
East Lancs Radio. And we'll get a final little breaker. Let's just put a final breaker in. That'll go in here at the end, so it'll be like East Lancs Radio. And final thing I'm going to do for this is, bring this up here and do something like this. See if it sounds good. Deepen it down a bit more. East Lancs Radio. East Lancs Radio. Let's stretch that out. Or is this going to be too silly? Let's try. East Lancs Radio.
No, that's silly now.
That's getting a bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Little Miss Perfect. Hang on. East Lancs Radio. East Lancs Radio. Quite like that with a kind of on the end. Let's leave it as is, all right? Hopefully you like that. Chris. I know Chris because Chris is always brilliant and supporting us every week on Free Jingle Friday. So thanks, Chris. We always appreciate and love doing your jingles.
We absolutely do.
Put this in. That'll do nicely. And probably a stager is going to be appropriate at this stage too. Ooh, no, what did I get? MRC sound effects, not those. One of these, maybe. Not sure if that's going to work. Let's see what we got here.
It's the feel-good sounds of the 80s, 90s, and The 80s, 90s, and noughties.
And naughties should be emphasized in some weird way, so let's do that. Let's push that up there.
90s and naughty.
Let's tighten it in a bit.
90s and naughty.
And noughties, and then we'll go in for some sound effects. Why not drop a few in? That can go in nicely there.
And noughties. On playdj.tv with DJ.
On Play DJ.
TV with DJ Mackie and.
All right, so let's move this down a little bit.
TV with DJ Mackie and Sounds FX DJs.
That'll do nicely. Okie dokies. Let's zoom out and see what we got. Let's do a little quick save. Ooh. Would you like save changes? Yes, let's try. Okay, what we got now?
Do you know, it's the color scheme.
So we're going to
Beaming live.
So that's you coming up. Let's edit, and then bring this in. This one. Star Trek. And let's bring in this. And finally, let's go in here and find this. No, we've used it. Let's go. Ooh. Let's see what we can do with that.
Beaming live into your living room from another living room.
All right, let's try and make this really flow nicely. If you'd said from incorrectly, I had another take there of you saying from, so there are many options I could have used.
Room from another
Let's just make this good.
room from another living room somewhere in the deepest depths of Scotland. It's the Brula Foo Quiz. Room from another living room somewhere in the deepest depths of Scotland. It's the
Let's pull that up there.
And it's the Brula.
No, not that effect. This one.
And it's the
Bit earlier there.
And it's the Brula Foo Quiz. Click like and follow and be part of the gang.
Let's push that at the end there. Fade that off there and see if that works.
Click like and follow and be part of the gang.
Cool. Okay.
Nice.
That'll go over here. And we'll go back in now. What we got here?
Come on, Billy. Didn't you get the memo? Q105 is a commercial free.
All right, bringing in a few more bits and pieces here. See what we got. Let's just bring those over and start to make a meal of this. So this is... No, that's clearly not going to be appropriate. I do like the stages in this package. Very nice stuff here going on. All right, let's see what we can do with this slot. So let's zoom it in a bit and move this along here a little bit. So we got a bit later. So it'll be...
Come on, Billy. Didn't you get the memo? Q105 is a commercial free zone.
Okay. Q105 is a commercial free zone.
Q105 is a commercial. Q105 is a...
No, not quite. Let's move that down like that.
Q105 is a commercial free zone. So out you go with your
All right, let's keep this dry so we really emphasize what's being said here.
zone. So out you go with your Kias and your huge advertising budget.
And then we'll bring it back in with a stager here. Excuse me. Let's see.
Budget.
Now, back to Tampa Bay's non-stop greatest hits on Q105.
Oh, that just works. I love it when that just works. I didn't even need to move the effect around. It just worked. Do you hear that? Let's go from the start again.
Come on, Billy. Didn't you get the memo? Q105 is a commercial free zone. So out you go with your Kias and your huge advertising budget.
Now, back to Tampa Bay's non-stop greatest hits on Q105.
Actually,
Nice.
no. It is good. It's got the right flow, but there's a breath in there, and I need to take that out.
Hits on
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
hits on Q.
Okay.
Non-stop greatest hits on Q.
Yeah, we need to tidy that up because that's not right.
Hits on Q105.
And what I could do, if I wanted to be super pro here, is I could just take something from earlier on, add a bit of familiarity, yet use it to make a little transition between the tagline and the station name. Pop that in there. That's we need to pop it in there. Cut it off there. See how that sounds.
Non-stop greatest hits on Non-stop greatest hits on Q.
Like that. Did you hear that?
Non-stop greatest hits on Q.
Very nice.
It's just the beep we used earlier. We're using it again, and it just kind of works. So that's cool. Let's pop that in there and get to work on this. So yeah, this Production Library 12 is cool. If you haven't checked it out, mrc.fm/SFX. Look for Library 12. Is it on sale or anything like that?
It's not on sale at the moment. No, not at the moment. But it is a new library for 2020. So yeah,
okay,
one of the latest editions.
Well, usually the new libraries don't go on sale anyway. So hopefully you will enjoy using it as much as I am.
Coming from Play Loud this week. Play Loud this week. Play Loud this week's mix on Clubbalicious.
And finally, we'll end up with this somewhere up here.
Clubbalicious. Clubbalicious.
Is DJ Bagwell.
I'm actually going to go ahead and use that. I like it so much. I'm going to use that beep again. Oh, not the whole thing, just the beep. Yeah. Let's take that and drop that in and see if it sounds all right.
Is
DJ
on Clubbalicious.
Because it's got a little whiz, I'm going to use some false reverb to end it off, and then that should work nicely. I like that beep.
Delicious.
Is DJ Bagwell.
Perfect.
Nice.
And then a fade off on the end here and zoom out. If anyone's wondering, like, I'm whizzing through doing these so quickly, how am I producing so fast? It's using the presets.
Yep, absolutely. The presets that you see Mike is using are just fantastic. Just quickly jump into production and do stuff on the go. mrc.fm/presets.
mrc.fm/presets if you want to use the same template that I'm using to produce in Audition. Because obviously when you start a normal multi-track in Audition, you get 6 blank tracks.
Yeah.
These presets are fully loaded with everything you need to produce audio, which is cool. So Here we go.
This week's DJ set comes to you from Play Loud.
Do you know, just as we've been speaking, somebody actually posted review of those presets.
Oh, how funny. Go on, read it out. Good or bad, I don't care.
Just came into my email.
Okay, what does it say? 1 star. I don't know who this guy thinks he is.
No, it's from Steve, and he has given 5 stars, and he said, if you want to take good sound work and make it awesome, I highly recommend getting those presets. They are easy to use, and Mike's video makes loading and using them easy. Best purchase I've ever made. Thanks, Mike.
Boom. Thank you. That's very kind. Okay, let's play this.
This week's DJ set comes to you from Play Loud with DJ Bergwall.
I made a mistake. I did. Whoa, that's more than a second take. Let's go ahead, grab this. So that's you correcting me. I see where I'm at now, so I can get rid of this, and we'll just get the last little bit because that's all we need. Place it in. Doing so well up until that point.
Even Mike needs correcting.
Of course. What do you think? Edit midway, because those are always the best edits. And pop it in here.
With DJ Bergwall.
Oh, a little bit hooky. That's
with DJ Bergwall.
Perfect. And then we'll put some echo on the end, and then it's going to be superb.
Loud with DJ Bergwall.
Cool. Okay, on with the show. Listen, we're doing really well for time. This is nice. Thanks again for everyone who supported us, either by super chatting for a jingle or filling something in and then making a payment via the online form. We really appreciate that. And I'm just grateful to get to do this every week. So thank you. Let's move this in. See what we can do here. Let's play. We've got Eastside Hits Radio ZM asking for the link to the presets. Do you want to post it to everyone there?
I will.
If you're using the Restream chat, you can post everywhere.
I can't log into Restream chat.
On your smartphone.
What do you mean? We're sponsored by The Miz. Get on it. I've got Restream chat. It's loaded on my computer over here.
I'll try.
It's a very, very, very good thing because it means that rather than posting the link to the presets in every single place we stream to, you post it once inside Restream chat and it posts everywhere.
I just can't log in.
That's why I recommend all live streamers use Restream to dish their stream out to other places. mrc.fm/Restream for that. Let's put that up there.
On your smartphone.
Doug's already on it.
On your smartphone. Smart speaker. Online.
Okay, we need to do a bit of flanging here. Just, flanger.
Echo and chorus.
Speaker. Online. Smartphone. Smart speaker. Online. On.
Oh, yeah.
And on TuneIn app. And on TuneIn app.
No, let's move that in a bit.
And on TuneIn app.
Let's move that
And on TuneIn app. You're listening to Martin Bray on Taka Radio.
Okay, let's keep this nice and dry at the end.
You're listening to Martin Bray.
And then on Taka Radio is clearly going to go back here.
Bray on Taka Radio.
There we go. Bring that in a bit more.
Bray on Taka Radio.
By the way, people are still asking me what I'm using to edit with. Like, did you decide upon something? I'm still using my trusty trackball. Actually, gotta say, this thing is the absolute nuts. It looks good. It looks like a little planet. I just Kensington were cool enough to send a few out to me a couple of months ago. I tried a lot of different mice. I do really like Corsair's mice as well. If you want to still use a mouse, Corsair are pretty good. The Scimitar is pretty nice. But for me, I'm using I think it's the Kensington Expert Trackball. It's really, really good for editing.
Nice.
I don't think I'd go back now. It's too smooth now to move around my screens and do all that stuff. So, yes.
Nice. Well, listen, as long as you like it, then that's what counts.
Yes. There you go. That's the main thing. Right, on to the next thing.
Helping you get through this COVID-19 period. Mask up and stay safe, everybody. Jazz Jambalaya.
Okay, so we're just going to move this along here, and we're going to move that there. That's going to cut there. That's going to cut there. This is going up here, and this is going up here. And then we're coming in strong with this over here.
Helping you get through this COVID-19 period. Mask up and stay safe, everybody.
And then it just needs a breaker, and that's a good job.
Be safe, everybody.
Too early.
Be safe, everybody. Jazz Jambalaya.
Maybe a bit more.
Be safe, everybody. Jazz Jambalaya.
Cool. Let's go and have a look at what we got here.
Full memories from a glorious decade. The Super 70s Show with Marty Strutt.
Think what we can do here is probably take advantage of that effect and this effect, a bit of a breaker. Yep, so that's going to come in around there.
The Super 70s Show with Marty.
Oh, with Marty Strutt, clearly we need to move that to a different dimension.
The Super 70s Show
with Marty Strutt.
And then we'll just see if a stager might be appropriate here. I'm not sure. Tell me a little bit about Wacom tablets. Free Run Media posted something. I'm not sure what they are and what that is in reference to. Can you look that up, please? What is a Wacom tablet? Must be.
I'm looking.
Must be in relation to something I've said or you've said.
Wacom.
Magical memories from a glorious decade.
The Super 70s Show.
Interactive pen displays, pen tablets, and
Ooh, I see. For doing
e-learning
like
and teaching.
on-screen teaching. That's quite cool. Thanks for that. I might look into that. That's an interesting thing because then I can call out parts of the screen. So, very nice suggestion.
Magical memories from a glorious decade.
The Super 70s Show
with Marty Strutt.
It's a bit awkward. Let's try not using a stager and using a breaker instead. Let's see how this is going to work.
Magical memories from a glorious decade.
The Super 70s Show
with Marty Strutt.
That's a bit better, but I will still use that stager. Maybe it'll be nice for the next jingle. So what have we got now? Let's bring this in here.
D95.1 WLPZ. The Z.
Okay, let's pull this out a bit more.
D95.1.
And we'll cut it here and bring this up here.
On WLPZ.
No, not that.
On WLPZ.
And
the Z channel.
the Z channel, cool. And then we've got this.
Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious every Friday.
So we've got this here and
CO9 proud sponsors.
Proud sponsors of the Gosfield.
I think you've recorded that one, yeah.
That one's coming in there. So we've got two more jingles to do
on this live stream, this very live stream here, that has lasted 1 hour and 14 minutes so far. Wow. All right, let's bring this in and bring this along down here. Let's
Check out.
That's going to work nicely.
Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious every Friday and Saturday evenings.
All right, just need a bit of variety in that. So we're going to cut there and cut there, and then we're going to push this here and push this there. Chop that there, fade that there, and let's play.
Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious every Friday and Saturday evenings.
Final thing to just add icing to the cake here will be move that in, copy, play coastal tension, Isabella. This is what I was teaching you this week.
I know, you were teaching me that.
That's how you do it. And usually once you get used to it, you get used to spacing them out at the same width or length.
Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious. Check out the guest DJ sets on Clubalicious.
Too early now, so we'll just remedy that slightly. Get rid of that and that. Yes.
It's on Clubalicious.
That's it.
Nice.
And then the final one over here.
CO9, proud sponsors of the Gosfield United Youth Football Under-18s. They thought it's all over. It only just begun.
And that's the final bit. So we'll just lock this in here at the end.
Thought it's all over. It only just begun.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of this, tighten it up and double it up so that we get a nice finish.
Over. It only just begun. Over. It only just begun. Over. It only just begun.
There we go. So that's going to end nicely. Now we just need a nice little maybe stagio for the start of this. That could work nicely. Let's try.
CO9, proud sponsors of the Gosfield United Youth Football Under-18s.
Under-18s. Let's highlight that out over here.
Football Under-18s. They thought it's all over. Football Under-18s. They thought it's all over. It only just begun.
And that is how it is done over there. Okay, that's done. That's done and dusted session. It's really, really cool. So we're going to get out of here shortly, and we're going to record the free scripts that you've sent in after the stream ends and upload them very shortly by the end of Monday by the latest, but usually we do it sooner. So make sure to watch out for the download link, which is where, Isabella?
It's mrc.fm/FJF. That's where you can get all of those jingles. Make sure to check through. We save essentially an entire session file, so you will have to sort of grab your own bit from there. We will not email the scripts recorded over to you. You've got to go and take them away from that location.
That's awesome. Also, really nice. William is actually asking in the chat on YouTube, I love the Audition podcast preset I bought. I'm thinking of buying one of the audio production packages like Mike's using now, just not sure which one to pull the trigger on. Sorry, just taking my mic thingy off. What would you say to that is?
I don't know. What do you say?
What to produce with? Probably the Adobe Audition presets, original presets, version 3.0.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where I'd start. Right, that's all mixed down. Look at that. That's a nice mixed down session. Going to save that out as a large file. You can go and grab your produced jingles. Just wanted to say that, thanks for catching up with us this week. We always appreciate you tuning in live. As you might have noticed, I love fiddling with my mic boom arm. I kind of sit and do this all the time when I'm live streaming. It's like, why do I do that? It's like, why does anyone do that?
It's
Can
like
you just leave it?
Exercise, it's almost like a little yoga, stretch of your back.
Stretching. No, it's just because I want to lean back now, and I want to kind of be comfortable. So I'm kind of leaning back here. So yeah, wow, you're still with us. It's amazing. Still lots of people watching this live stream, which is always awesome. Love it. Live rocks, as Steve D says. Michael says, do the Dark Lord. No, the Dark Lord will be next week. One last thing, actually, Izzy and I went out today. We had a spare moment to go and grab some geocaches.
And I've beaten you.
Oh, stop! Yes, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. So we went and grabbed some geocaches. We need to up our score,
because we've got a challenge for the whole family to get 100 geocaches by the end of the summer. And I had 3 geocaches that I didn't find in the app. These are just like treasure hunt in real life, basically. If you haven't looked into it, Google geocaching. It's brilliant. Iz found 3 that I didn't find before, and she just pulled them out straight away. She's like, there it is, there it is, there it is. And I felt really small.
I found them all.
Simple as that.
I found that it was like, there.
Right, shall we go?
Yes, have a lovely weekend, everybody. I hope you are doing something really good, something cool. And we were back the same time next week. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe now.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Free Jingle Friday is made possible by our sponsor, Restream, the easy way to stream to multiple social platforms at the same time. Restream Studio makes it simple to go live directly from your browser. Get started now at mrc.fm/Restream.